The basic story of Joseph Smith and his gold plates. Joseph Smith claimed to have been visited by an angel named Moroni in 1823. This angel told him where to find gold plates which contained a written history of the early inhabitants of America. In 1827, Smith began his translation. He translated and then lost, or so they said, 116 pages. Moroni rebuked him, and Smith did not resume his translation until 1829, and the original 116 pages were never retranslated. He completed his dictation of his translation in just 3 months and returned the gold plates to the angel. So how did Smith go about his translation? In what language were the plates written? Did he spend hours poring over the plates taking notes? Did he have a translation guide? If so, where did he get it? Anyone who has taken a foreign language knows how difficult it is to translate even one paragraph, let alone an entire book. It's not enough to simply replace foreign words with English words. Grammar and syntax vary from language to language. Idioms and meaning vary not just between languages, but also within a single language. A sweeper is the same as a vacuum where I live, but not elsewhere in the United States. Not long ago, to be gay simply meant to be happy. I am not very good with languages. To effectively translate something as important as that text would be overwhelming. So how did Joseph Smith do it? In an drawing from the LDS, there is a picture of a man with his head buried in a hat. The man depicted is Joseph Smith. He is shown translating the gold plates. When I first heard that Smith buried his head in a hat on a YouTube video, I almost laughed. I thought this must be some fabrication in order to discredit the Mormons. I checked with the official Mormon version of the story. The quote at the top of the page on the Mormon website quotes Smith's wife describing the translation using a hat and a seer stone. This notion of being able to translate gold plates given by an angel without even looking at the gold plates is the most far-fetched claim I've ever heard. Why did the angel give him the plates at all if they weren't needed in this so-called translation? How can an entire religion be based on what one man literally drew from his hat? God inspired him? Well, that may be. God has inspired me to write this. As far as the actual existence of gold plates, no one else saw them. All the witnesses saw them in their mind the same way that Joseph Smith saw the translation. An entire religion is founded on a lie and a sham by one man with a history of conning people. This is from the last testimony of Sister Emma in the Saints Herald, volume 26, dated October 1st, 1879, pages 289 to 90. Some outside reports describe the spectacles being placed in the hat during the translation process. A Palmyra newspaper published the earliest known account of the translation in August 1829. Jonathan Hadley, a Palmyra printer, who may have spoken with Smith about the translation, claimed that the plates were found with a huge pair of spectacles, and that by placing the spectacles in a hat and looking into it, Smith could, or so he said at least, interpret these characters. Golden Bible, Palmyra Freeman, August 11th, 1829, 2. In the winter of 1831, a shaker in Union Village, Ohio, spoke of 2 transparent stones in the form of spectacles through which the translator looked on the engraving and afterwards put his face into the hat, and translation and the interpretation then flowed into his mind. Christian Goodwillie Shaker Richard McNor, the earliest Book of Mormon reviewer, Journal of Mormon History, Volume 37, Number 2, Spring 2011, page 143. This is a picture was released in August of 2015, and this is the Mormon Church's picture of the seer stone that Joseph Smith used for the translation of the Book of Mormon. He would put this stone in